Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing well. My name is Valerie and welcome to Val N Vibes. So in today's episode is actually going to be a little different. This is actually a very impromptu meeting, or LOL corporate talk, but this is a very impromptu video. I was actually in the midst of working on and editing another video that was going to be focused on gratitude. And life hit me hard when I was about almost done editing. I'm not gonna say quite done, but I'd already gone through all the footage and started editing and chopping things up. And I will say this video is so long. A big task is honestly trying to figure out how to condense it. But in the midst of all that, my app glitched and just deleted everything. Like y'all, when I tell you it was it was after 10. It was definitely after 10. I was tired. I had been working on this for hours. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, I had procrastinated, recorded the video yesterday and attempted to edit and post it all in the same day. Like when the app glitched and all my footage got deleted and all the work I had been doing got deleted. Mind you, not all the footage. I still have the little clips, so I'm still gonna pull the video together. But when all that got deleted, I was definitely very upset. But I took a step back to kind of reflect a little bit on what had just happened and how the past couple of weeks have been, specifically when it comes to my YouTube journey. And I feel like this whole situation couldn't have been more fitting for the theme of this week for me, of this theme of gratitude. In the video that I recorded before, you guys will hear me discuss how gratitude is deeply connected to the idea of mindfulness. Because when you're mindful of all the things that are going on around you and all the beauty of everyone and every living thing and all the different elements in the universe and stuff, it's a lot easier for you to, just move with a sense of gratitude, not only for your own existence, but for the existence of all those other things, I also talked about the idea of patience. This was a prime example of the idea of how gratitude really helps you with your patience and allows you to navigate through difficult situations or circumstances or deal with difficult people with a bit more grace, just because we understand that everything happens for a reason. We resist the urge, to allow this current circumstances and what is going on around us to shake us from our vibe or put us into a place of anxiety or a lack of control. I think the whole idea of mindfulness is really taking a second to think about the present and think about everything that's happening and think about the lessons and what can be learned. And when I took a step back and just reflected on how I was going about this particular video, worked really hard on creating the outline, and mind you, it's gonna be a great video. It looks really good. But looking at the process, I feel like there was something lacking there. I think I wasn't 100% moving with the kind of authenticity and genuine gratitude I would hope to have been moving with as I began this journey. As I talk about in the other video a little bit as well, I've grown up watching YouTube, all these different beauty influencers or just influencers overall. I've just watched them and I've learned how to do my makeup and hair and all these different things from YouTube, Now that I've gotten older and I'm in this different stage of life, I kind of feel like now is as good of a time as ever to allow myself the opportunity to try something new and do something that really scares me, And as I began this whole process and began thinking about how I wanted to structure my channel and the purpose of my channel and the different videos I'll be able to develop and creating my banner and all those different fun things, I was really enjoying myself, And then I feel like first couple of videos I was having fun, But then I think somewhere between all of that, I found that somehow my mindset towards making these videos was slowly beginning to shift from, oh my God, I'm so excited to do this, I get to do this, to, oh my God, I gotta record these videos this week and I gotta do all this editing. And it became more of an obligation and a thing to do and something somewhat of a stressor rather than something that was bringing me joy and bringing me pleasure. This was something that I wanted to do as a means of like, you know, an outlet, you know, a creative outlet of sort, another avenue for me to kind of direct some of my energy in a positive way, you know? This isn't supposed to be something that's supposed to be stressful. So I think thinking about the process of creating that video of gratitude and the fact that that video and all the work I had done on that video got deleted, obviously upsetting, but what a metaphor. I feel like it basically forced me to take a step back and do a mental reset. It forced me to take a step back and think about how are we moving right now? And how can we better move to ensure some sort of longevity with this whole idea that I have, to ensure that I don't start resenting this whole thing that I'm creating that's supposed to bring me and hopefully other people joy and inspiration. How do I prevent myself from burning out? Because I'm allowing myself to put this thing that's supposed to be like a pleasurable thing or a fun thing for me into a box of obligations and tasks and things that I have to do and burdens. That's not the way I want to look at this. In fact, that's not really how I want to look at almost anything that I'm doing. I feel like once we begin to put things into that category of I have to do this, or this is something that I need to do and it feels like a burden or something like that's not going to bring us joy, or something that we have to do that's going to take away from whatever else would bring us joy, automatically I feel like that adds like a weightiness or a heaviness to whatever that task is. But in reality, I feel like the whole idea of gratitude, which is the whole purpose of the video I'm probably going to post next week, and what I believe is the purpose of this video, is understanding that it's a blessing to be able to actually carry out any of these tasks or to-dos that we have on our list. Yesterday, I basically spent the entire day like, I have to make this video. I gotta get up and like do my hair. I gotta do my makeup. I gotta tighten up this script, and I gotta edit and all this different stuff, and all these different things that excited me and that I knew were gonna be part of the process and that I knew were gonna be part of the journey are now things that I'm having some sort of like, resentment's a heavy word, but that sort of like muted feeling, you know, of like, I'd rather be doing something else, or maybe I'd rather even be doing nothing. And that's not what this is about. The reality is that I'm blessed with the opportunity and the resources and the time and the courage to do this. The fact that I'm sitting here and making these videos and I found the courage within myself, which I honestly didn't have before, to speak to you all honestly and to create these videos and to post them, is putting me through like a cycle of ego death that I feel like I wasn't open to before. And for that, I can only be so grateful. This isn't something to feel weighed down about or to allow to become a burden in our life. This is a blessing and something that I should feel joyful and pleasure as I'm going through this process. Obviously, there's certain parts of the process which are going to naturally give us a lot more pleasure and stuff, like when you're finally able to click submit, or you're watching your completed video during your last run through and you're just like, wow, this is really dope. Or when you start receiving comments and likes and things and you're like, wow, people are really feeling what I'm putting out there, you know? But even the less glamorous parts of the process, like the editing process, or sometimes even the recording process in different instances, or the re-recording process and just all that different stuff, like it may not feel quite as fun at the time, but we should be grateful for those moments, because all of those moments are what's going to lead to the other moments that we're looking forward to. It's what's going to lead to the results and the outcomes that we're praying for. The magic and the actual momentum is built in those moments where it's kind of hard and we have to put in the hard work, because those moments where we have to put in the hard work is where it actually gets done, is where things actually come to fruition. I don't know, just like, it's annoying that my video got deleted and I have to do this again, but I am grateful it happened. I feel like it gave me the opportunity to reset. And like I said, not just for my channel, but for everything. Like literally this morning when I was going through my planner, I opened up the pages and I looked at everything I had to do for this week and all the different work things and different like errands I had to run. I make sure I write all those down because I'm kind of forgetful. And I started feeling a little bit of pressure, you know? But then I reminded myself of the lesson that I learned yesterday, the lesson that I'm still processing right now. And I was like, no, like this isn't something to depress me or make me feel like weighed down. This is a blessing that I have the opportunity to do these things, like that I have the opportunity to run these errands in this new city that I'm in, that I have the opportunity to execute these different tasks for this job that I once prayed to have, you know, that I have the opportunity to re-record another video because my other one was deleted, but now I have another video that I'll be able to share with you all, you know, like I can look at all these things and be like, dang, I have all this stuff to do. It's gonna be a long day. Pressure, because trust me, that's how I've been. And I feel like I'm very much a busybody. I've always been the kind of person to do a whole lot of things, but I feel like I'm very quick to get certain opportunities and be excited about those opportunities, but then place them into that obligation bucket that isn't deriving the kind of pleasure and joy that I'd hoped for when I'd gone for that opportunity, or that I hope I'll maybe receive after I reach whatever ultimate goal I'm hoping for. But the truth is, like, it's important for us to derive joy and gratitude and pleasure and joy and all that stuff throughout the entire process. Is not just for when we've gotten to a point of completion. While we're going through each of these moments, it's important that we really are allowing ourselves the opportunity to be mindful of where we are in this journey, be mindful of where we've been, and be mindful of where we want to go and how this present moment is going to mold whatever happens in the future. You know, I feel like it's such a blessing and such an opportunity to be mindful of the control and the power we have in these moments. When I look at those different things in my agenda and I look at the different tasks, like those are all opportunities to do better. Those are more opportunities for me to maybe make new connections, or to impress people at work, or to show a different side of me to you all that maybe you guys haven't seen, you know, or maybe to even explore different sides of myself that I haven't seen. Within all these tasks and things that we have to do are all the lessons that we're meant to learn throughout our life, if that makes sense. On top of like my calendar and my agenda, I wrote out the words, thankful for all I get to do this week. And on the other side, I wrote grateful for all the opportunities for growth. I don't know if I'm going to use those same lines on all the different pages of my planner, but I definitely do want to make sure that I'm showing some sort of gratitude and some sort of mindfulness, especially at the beginning of the week, like on Monday, as I begin and kick off the week with a whole bunch of fresh new tasks and things on my to-do list that I have to do. Like, I don't want to look at it as a reminder of all the things that are going to take away from my joy. I want to reframe the way I look at them and all these tasks on my agenda as reminders of my existence, you know, validation of the progress that I'm making, if that makes sense. When expressing gratitude, it's not just about that one singular moment. You have to express gratitude for the entire process. You have to express gratitude for the opportunity to progress and grow naturally. You have to express gratitude for the opportunity to be able to look back at the past and revel at all your growth, and the ability to imagine the future and think about all that it holds. You also have to look forward to the planning sessions and the long nights and the redirections and the mishaps and all the lessons that come with them, because they add color to our story and add depth to our experience. It's all in the mindset. Every day you have to give gratitude and give thanks for all the things that you have the opportunity to do and the dreams that you have the opportunity to pursue. If you guys are anything like me, a lot of times I find myself procrastinating once things transition from a passion project or something that I'm defining as fun into like an obligation or something that has now become like a burden, you know? But when you think about a lot of these different errands or tasks like grocery shopping or, you know, exercise, healthy eating, grooming yourself, prayer, meditation, self-care, rest. Of course, there's things that are obligated, but a lot of these things aren't necessarily obligated, but for the dream life that you want and for whatever goal that you're hoping to achieve, like these are part of the steps. These are part of the story and like the everyday things that you have to do to actually bring that vision and that dream to life. Like these aren't things to dread. These are part of the dream. Like doing these things is part of the dream. It's part of the reality of the dream. I truly believe that when you move through life with gratitude, that the universe and God will bless you with all the lessons and all the tools that you need to bring whatever your dreams are to fruition and whatever your purpose is to fruition. It's just important to make sure that you just write out this entire journey with a strong sense of gratitude and mindfulness. So, reflecting on the events of the past 48 hours, yes, it sucks that my video was deleted, but in hindsight, I think that I learned a really important lesson from that forced pause that the deletion caused for me. And I really hope that the lesson that I learned will serve me well as I continue through this journey with Val N Vibes and everything else that's to come. But yeah, that's all I have for y'all today. Thank you all so much for vibing with me and for making it to the end of this video. I'll be sure to have part 2 out next week. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will talk to y'all next time. Bye.